at 6 on KFBS 12.
Freedom of expression, you know, my Halloween decoration.
Halloween decorations, a Scott County man admits, are racially motivated. The controversy tops your news tonight at 6. Good evening, everyone. Kathy is on assignment. We will hear from her in a moment. It's a front yard display that stirred up a neighborhood and drivers on Interstate 55. Figures that appear to be a member of the KKK and a man hanging from a tree. We took plenty of calls and got emails into our newsroom over the scene, and we went to investigate. Holly Brantley is just back from Scott County. She joins us live tonight. And Holly, this is kind of a crazy story. What did you find out?
That's right, Jeff. Rick Hoskins says the scene speaks for itself. One that depicts a member of the KKK and a black man hanging from a tree. While Hoskins says he's getting pats on the back for, quote, white pride, others call it offensive, angry, and outdated.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of people stop by just since I put them up this year and want to shake my hand and stuff, saying that they're proud to see there's a little white pride still left in this country.
Rick Hoskins may call this scene a display of white pride. Others call it racist. Hoskins says they are Halloween decorations, but tells me what some call a shocking visual is in fact what he had in mind. A ghostly member of the KKK and a man lynched, hanging from this tree. To anybody that doesn't like what you're doing, what would you say to them?
To each their own. Freedom of expression, I guess.
Hoskins says he hasn't had anyone complain to him personally about the scene that's grabbing attention from neighbors and drivers. Do you put these decorations up every year?
Yes ma'am.
Do you have any intentions of taking them down?
No.
Okay.
They'll be up every year.
About half an hour after our interview, the Scott County Sheriff, deputies, and investigators showed up after they got some phone calls from residents. While Hoskins says the display falls under freedom of speech, investigators say it could be considered a form of disturbance and lead to bigger issues and trouble. Sheriff Rick Walter tells me he asked Hoskins to take the so-called decorations down, and he agreed to do so.
He just probably has hatred for something in him, and he's going to stir up some trouble.
That's the response we got from most people who saw the figures. Most of Hoskins' immediate neighbors didn't want to go on camera, but tell us they are used to seeing the Confederate flag flying, find the scene shameful, but take it with a grain of salt because they say they're used to it. Others in the county had this to say.
Well, I'm surprised because at this day and age you would think that racialism, of course we know there's a lot of it out there, but why right here in the area?
I know it's a freedom of speech thing, and I know that they can do it, but let it rest. Try to get along.
Pretty unbelievable. While he took down the display, the Sheriff's Department tells us Hoskins promised to contact his lawyer. It appears it still falls into a gray area between freedom of speech and a public disturbance. Live local late-breaking Holly Brantley, Heartland News.
Holly, thank you. We have contacted several branches of the NAACP, and they tell us they are investigating the situation.
I'm not a crook.